What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of Spitballz. Finally, it's been a while. Tess is back for maybe the first time in like a month and a half, which is awesome.
Hello, everybody.
The whole gang's back together.
Hey, Jess.
Um,
Hey,
we got NFL draft to talk about, some NHL playoffs. But
Yo, what
first,
kind of quarters that on?
I know, don't I look all fancy and stuff? Ready to go golfing, maybe? First, since the last episode, which was a while ago, Aaron Rodgers officially traded to the New York Jets. Tess, as the resident Jets fan,
I told you.
I mean, we all knew it was gonna happen.
Let's hear
Like,
your
are we
prediction.
happy about it? Are we?
I'm very happy. I'm very happy, very pleased. Did I want them to give up 2 second-round picks for him? Maybe not. We need him though, so it's fine. But yeah, very happy that he's on the team. He seems to be loving it in New York so far. Um, let's just hope he brings wins. That's all I'm gonna say, really.
Sal, as the resident Jets hater, do we have a rebuttal? Or-
Not much to say. I mean, they get him for a year, 2 years. We'll see how it goes, and then they'll be back in the same position, and I'll be able to hate.
It better be a commitment. That's all I'm gonna say. Better be a commitment.
I mean,
I want at least 2 years.
you have a team that's ready to win, so I kind of I see why they did it. But
Yeah.
you got 2 years now, and you gotta go all in.
Yeah. Yeah, he better commit for a couple of years, because we need him. So
The next good quarterback the Jets are gonna get is Jordan Love in 20 years.
yeah, Brett Favre. We just get Packers old quarterback.
yeah.
That's gonna be Sean Clifford.
Speaking
He's
of the
gonna take
Jets,
over that job.
Randall
how we
Cobb,
feel about the
too.
Jets draft pick now?
Yeah. Will McDonald. I wanted them to take JSN.
Really? You want
I
another
did.
receiver?
I feel like at this point we all
Nobody
know
drafts wide receivers.
Corey
here.
Davis.
But
What?
Jason is so good.
No, Sal was saying nobody ever
No one just drafts
drafts receivers for
receivers
Aaron
for Aaron.
Rodgers.
I know, but
Right. I was
honestly.
honestly really surprised. We all knew that they wanted to get Broderick or
Jones,
just an
yeah.
offensive tackle, and then that didn't happen because of the Patriots trading up, of course. But yeah, I don't know. I don't really see the need for another pass rusher, to be honest with you. We already paid
Jump over
Carl
cars, though.
Lawson a ton of money. We already have a pretty good D line. I don't know why. Like, imagine having Jackson Smith and Jigba with Garrett Wilson
Yeah.
in the next 5 years.
That would be
That
ridiculous.
would be
Honestly, I'm
unreal.
surprised the second that the Steelers took Jones, I'm surprised the Jets didn't just trade down.
Right. Yeah. It looked to me like a little bit of a reach, but who am I to say? So, you know.
All right. And then Greg, Steelers fan. The Steelers were the ones that traded up for Jones. How do we feel about that?
Yeah, I like that. He's lucky a dog. He's a good run blocker, but I wanted some other tackles before him, but there were so many tackles picked, bro.
Yeah,
It was
they did
crazy.
go off the board fast.
Like that guy from Northwestern I wanted, but it's not. I like Broderick actually. I was watching his tape. He's pretty good. And then Joey Porter.
But yeah, that was basically a
Deal.
first rounder because the
Steelers had the best
so,
draft. 100%.
The Eagles had the best draft, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Well,
if you
I
ever-
always
if you ever-
I think
if
it's
you ever
hilarious looking at draft grades because no one knows shit.
Yeah, no, literally.
So, like, no one knows
knows
shit. I think it's funny, but the league. I don't know how the league lets this happen all the time, where the best players fall to they just fall in the Eagles' lap. The Eagles didn't
He
have to
might
do
not
shit.
play a game.
I don't know what the
Well, he's
Seahawks are
gonna.
doing. They just
Sal,
didn't-
it's the same thing that happened
Okay,
with the Cowboys and Mike
okay.
Parsons 2 years ago.
Even if he doesn't play a game, people don't want that headache. Like, there's some teams that just don't deal with that
I
kind
know,
of stuff.
but
And
that's
there's
why
teams
the
that do deal
Eagles
with
and
that,
the
like the
Cowboys
Eagles,
are
the Raiders, the
consistently
Cowboys.
good, is because they are not afraid to take the best players when the best players have off the
Teams
field.
just don't like dealing with that shit.
Bro,
They're already
And
poverty
other teams
franchises.
suck.
You have to be like a steep, like if you're a poverty, like you're the Texans and you draft him and he becomes bad, like it looks so much worse on you because it looks like it's you.
I don't know, man.
I don't
think
know if they really think about that.
How the league as a whole let Jalen Carter fall to the team that just lost in the Super Bowl is beyond me. completely beyond me. And
Well,
then
he also had a really bad draft process.
yeah, I know
Bad combine, bad workouts.
but
So I
all you
think a
have to
lot
do
of
is
people.
turn on a Georgia game. The best player on the best team is right in front of your eyes.
Combine
Like,
is nothing, bro.
I don't care how fat he got. I don't care how much of a headache he is. The fact that he is on the Philadelphia Eagles is just befuddling to me.
Wait, who else they take?
They took they took Nolan Smith, and
Yeah,
then 2 rounds later they took Kelly Ringo. So how the best players from the best team all end up on the same NFL team is it's just beyond me. I don't understand.
I don't know why the Jets didn't take Nolan Smith. They took a linebacker.
Yeah, that is odd to me. That if you're gonna take an edge rusher, why it wasn't Nolan Smith is surprising a little bit.
Yeah, I don't know. It looked like a little bit of a reach to me.
But
I agree. I honestly, I always follow the drafts pretty hard. And I did not know who Will McDonald was. So
I mean,
we'll see.
I don't know. It's kind of like I feel like I trust the Jets drafting at this point. Like other than Zach Wilson, they've recently drafted pretty well. I feel
Yeah.
so maybe they know something that we don't.
And he's gonna be put in a system where like he has to be pretty bad to not succeed. Having the head coach that we have. So I think he'll be okay. Just did we need another edge rusher? I don't know. But yeah.
I'm also like, yeah, could have gone secondary probably. Could have
Yeah.
gone receiver. That was before all the receivers were taken. There's probably an offensive lineman still
There,
there.
there had to be another offensive lineman that they could have
Yeah.
taken.
And like I said, you could have traded down and you could have gotten
Right.
an offensive lineman and probably more.
Right.
All right. Sal, Giants.
I was very happy. As
Who did
I
they
like
take?
your first
I mean,
round.
I don't follow the draft as much as you guys. Like, I didn't know who these people were, but from what I've heard after,
Casual.
the center we got in the second round is apparently could have gone to the first round.
Yes.
Banks is supposed to be pretty good. Apparently, he
Yeah.
fits the Giants scheme more than any cornerback did. Hyatt, I mean,
Hyatt's a bum.
I'm
Like,
glad
don't
we
have to
got a
talk
wide
about Jalen
receiver.
Hyatt. Jalen Hyatt sucks.
I'm glad we got a wide receiver. He's fast. He has upside, but I understand he wasn't the best one in the draft. But I think overall we did a good job.
I'll refrain from my Giants hate because aside from the Hyatt pick, you guys did have a very. I think
I don't know if we were gonna go wide receiver and then all four were taken right before us.
Yeah.
Or what, but
that's what that. If I'm a Giants fan, I'm frustrated that we didn't take a receiver earlier.
who like literally four wide receivers.
I know they went, but as soon as the first one's taken, I think maybe in the offseason, maybe in free agency, I don't know. But the fact that you're going into the season with basically the same receiving core
it's
is
not
a little. It would be
really
a little.
not. We have Paris Campbell, we have Hyatt, we have we just
Mid.
we have Darren
Mid.
Waller.
Mid.
We just
Darren
got,
Waller is a
we got
great
faster.
addition.
Our wide receivers got faster. Hold on.
I actually wanted the Steelers to take JSM at 14.
Yeah, but it makes sense why they took Jones.
Yeah.
Who do we think was like the worst pick of the first round?
Oh, I have two, and they're obvious. They're obvious. It's Bijan Robinson and
Yeah.
Jahmyr Gibbs. It's the two running.
Yeah, no. Why are you taking him in the top 10? Have we not learned from
Yeah, have we not learned?
how many years?
It doesn't matter. Not to mention that Tyler Algier had 1,000 yards last year, and the Lions had two running backs that produced monstrous seasons that are no longer on the team.
Right, so the Giants added total to the receivers. They added Waller, Hyatt, and Campbell, who are very fast. And it was clear that we tried to go for speed rather than.
I feel like the Seahawks.
We still don't have that number one receiver, which is what we're missing. But I think as a whole, our group is a lot deeper and a lot better. We're also getting Sterling Shepard back and Wan'Dale Robinson.
I like Wan'Dale. I don't like. I'm sorry, I don't like Jalen Hyatt. Paris Campbell is mid at best. Darren Waller, could he be good? Yeah, but he's on the end of it. He's like, declining.
Darren Waller is no risk at all. Like he's gone.
Yeah.
There's no cap like that. I'm not worried about that.
But yeah, back to the running backs.
Yeah.
Why are we still doing this? Especially like both of them. The Falcons, there are so many glaring holes on the Falcons team.
The
Lions
with
the 8th overall pick in the draft. And they took a running back when they already have two very feasible running backs on their team. They have one good wide receiver. They have a mostly horrific defense. That was
They don't even have a quarterback.
Hey, Taylor Heineke's a winner, buddy.
Okay.
But yeah, they don't have a quarterback either. And then
Yeah,
the
so it was
Lions,
him.
like the minute anyone begins to get excited about what the Lions could be, they go and take a running back with the 13th overall, 7th, I don't know, whatever pick they had. It's like that was like everyone expected Bijan Robinson to get taken in the top 10. No one expected Jahmyr Gibbs to go that high. So that was odd, to say the least.
They probably could have gotten him in the second round if they wanted.
Yeah. And even if they couldn't, like how much of a fall off are you getting from Jahmyr Gibbs to whatever the next running back taken was? It's not a lot.
Yeah. How does the best wide receiver in the class get taken at 20?
I
don't know.
I mean, yeah, but we always say
65
that no one knows how these receivers are going to come out. Like Justin Jefferson, obviously the best receiver in his class.
Dude, there's just some guys where you like know they're going to be good. Like,
who are you talking about, JSN?
JSN's going to be good. Like,
you know why he's going to be? Everyone knows he's going to be good because he's coming from Ohio State. And when was the last time there was a bad Ohio State receiver?
Right.
It doesn't happen.
I mean, was Chris Olave the best receiver in his class? Do you think?
No, but Garrett Wilson was.
It was him and Garrett Wilson.
Oh yeah, I forgot about Garrett.
And they're both from Ohio State. Right?
Yeah.
That's why I was asking.
Yeah, they only have the top 2 last year.
Yeah. You can make an argument that Terry McLaurin was a top 2 out of his class with AJ Brown, probably.
Wasn't that Debo?
Yeah, I'd take Terry over AJ Brown.
I'd take Terry over Debo.
I would take Debo over both.
I'd go AJ Brown,
AJ
Terry,
Brown, Terry,
Debo,
but I'm also a hater.
everyone else. Those 3 are close, and then everyone else is
DK's 4, and then everyone else.
No, DK's significantly.
Who else is in that class that has anything to do with DK?
What?
Who else is in that class that's even close to DK?
Deontay Johnson.
Disrespectful.
Deontay Johnson, Hunter Renfrow.
The drop machine.
Yeah. Oh, what? DK's not a drop machine? Give me a break, Sal.
Literally a drop machine.
Ohio State, like if you're drafting a receiver from Ohio State, like you know they're going to be good.
The Lions took
the top
Hooker.
The top 2 receivers for next year, Marvin Harrison and Mika Ibuka, they might just both go to Ohio State. Like they just produce elite NFL talent.
They might both go to Ohio State.
They might just both go to Ohio State. Yeah.
So, they're on the team currently.
I really like what the Texans did this draft. I think they got a lot better.
Yeah, I feel like that's not getting talked about enough too. Like
they traded up and got probably, you could argue, the best player in the draft, right?
Will Anderson, yeah.
You could argue he's the best player in the draft. You could even argue that CJ Stroud's better than Bryce Young. If I was number 1, I probably would have taken Stroud. But that's just me. And then they also got the guy that Stroud wanted to play with, Tank Dell.
Yeah.
Love to see that. So I think they're going to be a lot better. They're still going to stink.
It just puzzles me as to why they hired a defensive coordinator as their head coach.
Yeah, I know, but D'Amico Ryans I think he's going to be a great coach.
He's like a players type guy.
I mean, Todd Bowles is like top 5 defensive coordinator in the NFL. And dude, can't be a head coach.
I know, but D'Amico Ryans took Robert Saleh's job after Saleh got a head coaching job, and he did it better than Saleh did. And Saleh, as much as we give the Jets shit, Saleh has done a decent job with the Jets. So you can only expect that Ryans is going to do a better job with the Texans than Saleh is doing with the Jets.
That's the same thing. I think guys might want to play for the Jets because they like Saleh. I think guys might want to play for the Texans because they like Ryans.
Not to mention that Ryans played for the Texans.
Yeah, he'll definitely be a popular.
If you're gonna go all in on Stroud,
I know. It would make sense to take an offensive coordinator, but I don't fucking know.
Just me.
And all right. Other Bryce Young obviously went first. Feel like that's a low risk, low reward draft pick. Like he's not going to be the next superstar, more likely than not, but he's going to be a good player. I think everyone's in agreement with that. I think Stroud probably has more upside, but
I don't like how we we changed the narrative all for the past 3 months about who's going first, who's going second, who's not getting picked, and then it was the people we thought at the beginning the way.
But they do that every year, Sal.
No, it's just like it's a little annoying because this was supposed to be the most unpredictable like first 3 picks.
Will Levis
was
going
the
top
3 picks.
5? Will Levis going top 5 going in the second round?
Dude, I saw Will Levis going 1 like 2 days before the draft.
Yeah, the odds dropped significantly.
Like, what are we
2 days
doing?
before the draft?
Yeah, it happens every draft. But when there's a team that's not called the Jets that are actually smart and know what quarterbacks to take, those guys don't get taken in the top 5.
Yeah, like literally only the Jets would fall for that kind of bullshit.
Dude, if the Jets were number 2, they would take Levis. 100. I actually believe
Are
that.
you guys part of the Will Levis hate club?
Yes, 100%.
I don't know.
It's not even because like he plays for Kentucky, so fuck him because Kentucky blows. But he puts mayo in his coffee. Like that's disgusting.
Oh yeah,
Dude,
I
he's
just don't get how
24.
people
he's something else too.
And he eats bananas with the
Yeah.
peel on.
Yeah,
Like, what is that shit? Like, I know you're not going to be a good NFL quarterback if you're doing that shit.
No, on a real note, though, he's 24. The Titans already took a quarterback last year. Tannehill could still even play this year and play at a good level. And then they won't even know if he'll be the quarterback next year because he's going to have to compete again.
If
I don't
Levis,
like it at all for him. I think
if
that
Levis does end up starting though, then the quarterbacks in that division are Trevor Lawrence, C.J. Stroud, Anthony Richardson, and Will Levis, which would be
Trevor
a
Lawrence
very
is running this
interesting division to
for the
watch.
next 20 years. Like,
See, Sal, you say that, but like
this is Trevor's division for
the Jaguars are also a very poverty franchise
yeah, but I feel like they're
in a division with
Doug
a
Peterson
team
is a
like the
good
Colts, which have been consistently in the
They
mix
got the
every-
coach and they got the quarterback, and that's all you need.
I don't know. I kind of think the Colts might sneak up on them this year, out of nowhere. They got Anthony Richardson, who
What are your thoughts?
has the most upside in the draft.
Yeah, give me your
They added
ceiling and your
Josh
floor
Downs,
for Anthony
who-
Richardson right now.
This was gonna be my hot take actually, but I'll just give it to you now. I think Anthony Richardson is gonna win Offensive Rookie of the Year this year. Out of all the rookie quarterbacks that got drafted, I think by far he's in the best situation. He's got a competent offensive line, a number 1 receiver, a plethora of mediocre tight ends, which are like a rookie quarterback's best friend. He's got a running back that he can lean on if he needs to. And they added Josh Downs, who I think it like play style wise matches up with Richardson perfectly. They're going to be slinging that bitch early and often. And I don't know. Their defense is good. I think he's in the best situation to succeed.
I will say I think having Anthony Richardson helps Jonathan Taylor a lot.
Oh my god! Even like it opens up like the read option game too. Like there's so many options in that offense now. Could be really exciting. The Jaguars defense is not that good. Like
Shut
there
up
should be some fucking
Chargers
shootouts in that
second half of
division.
that playoff game.
Yeah, I think the Rams are back. They got the goats. That's
Yeah, because they got Stout. Give me.
Is he gonna start? He's gonna sit
No, he's not going to start. Matt Stafford is going to
Oh, I
start.
forgot about him.
it's fun though. 2 Georgia guys.
You know, they're like 2 years
Texan
apart.
leads him to a ring.
Oh wait, no, they're
They're
not.
like 2 years
Oh
apart.
wait, what was that?
They're not like 2
No, I
years.
saw a TikTok that said they were teammates, and it was like a joke, and I tried to make it, but I made it wrong.
I kind of got a chuckle out of me. I give you that.
I really like
you know who got
how
signed?
the quarterbacks went this draft.
You know what?
you know what I like a lot? I like Hendon Hooker on the Lions a lot.
Wow.
Elaborate.
That gives him an opportunity. Like I don't know how you can root against Hendon Hooker just as a football fan. Like
He's not even going to play this year.
yeah, I know, but like that gives him an opportunity to maybe fight for a starting job when he's healthy.
When he's
I don't
26.
know.
The Lions are
Jerry
an
got
exciting team.
Jerry Gott's
Even though they
pretty
drafted
good.
Jahmyr Gibbs, which was ridiculous. They're still
What
an
are the
exciting.
Lions doing with DeAndre Swift? Like,
What?
What are they doing with Swift?
They traded him.
They traded him already, didn't they?
Yeah, to the guess who?
I
The
had this in
Eagles.
my notes before we.
No, but let's not act like DeAndre Swift is like
why
the
no?
top
Why
running
did
back
they
in the
do that?
NFL.
I know. They're running backs. They're all the same. It doesn't matter.
True,
But like
unless your name is like
when you have a running back that can play already, like that can take the ball, carry it, and
No,
get 4 or 5 yards, why are you replacing him with a first round?
He didn't need a contract. He drafted 2 years ago, 3 years ago.
It's just it's mind-boggling to me. But I like Hooker on the Lions. It gives him an opportunity to maybe play at some point in his career. And
I
I'm
don't know. I think Jared Goff's like in his prime,
Yeah.
He did go to the Super Bowl.
to be honest.
So he went to the Super Bowl in like his second season.
Yeah, that's his prime.
Yeah, like if he's gonna be playing his best football, like it's now. So I don't know why. I don't know.
Well, they took him in like the third or fourth round. It's not like they invested serious draft capital.
Right.
Like he's there to be a backup.
He's not starting.
Well, he's not going to start this year. I don't think he's going to play this year at all.
Exactly.
But like, it gives him an opportunity to maybe play at some point.
I love Sean Clifford to the Packers, guys. I know I'm a little biased here, but dude, Jordan Love has not started in NFL. Well, he probably has. I don't even know. Jordan, how many games has Jordan Love started in his career? Right? We don't know. Most like 0, right?
I think he's started a couple. But...
Okay. Oh yeah, he has. But dude, like Clifford could compete. Jordan Love could suck.
I'm sorry for your Penn State.
I like it, dude. I like it for him.
Jordan Love is going to be.
They invested a first-round pick in him, traded away their Hall of Fame franchise quarterback just to get Jordan Love to start. You really think that they would not let him play the entire season, no matter what?
Hey, if 5 games in, if he stinks and they're 1-4,
they have so much invested in this guy.
No, listen though, 5 games in, if they suck,
it's a rebuild. Then they rebuild around him.
What if he sucks?
Unless he's Zach Wilson, like that level bad.
He could be Zach Wilson.
I think it's awesome how that our measure for a bust is now Zach Wilson. Like that's
I don't know what else to say.
That's the best.
Dude, I can't wait to be watching like competent quarterback play. My favorite team.
Oh, yourself, yeah. I mean,
dude, literally anybody can play better than Zach Wilson.
He's still got to get through all of training camp without going mentally insane.
Like,
so,
yeah.
Okay, I want to talk. I want to talk about the commies a little bit before we move on. We drafted Emmanuel Forbes, 16th overall. Christian Gonzalez got taken at 17 overall, which reminds me a lot of what looks like another Jalen Reagor, Justin Jefferson situation. Do I think that Emmanuel Forbes is going to be as bad as Jalen Reagor? No. I think he's a Rivera kind of guy. He forces a lot of turnovers and he tackles. He's a great tackler from what I've seen. He's not gonna be a lockdown corner. Like he's not elite in coverage, but I mean, now we have 2 lengthy corners on the outside, him and Benjamin St-Juste, who you guys might not know, but he's a very solid cornerback with Fuller in the slot. So I like the pick. And then we drafted, what was his name? Ricky Stromberg from Arkansas in the 3rd round.
That dude's a dog.
Yeah, that was a W. Other than that, it was pretty mid draft.
Got him in the 3rd round.
Yeah, we got him in the 3rd round. Why we didn't take a chance on Darnell Washington for the 3 opportunities we had to draft him, I have no idea. But
who's that?
The tight end from Georgia. Like if the Eagles were in our situation, they would have taken him because they take the best players. Regardless of the issues that they might have, they take the best players. And that's why they compete for Super Bowls and we don't. But other than that, yeah.
So they can't win the division this year, so that's off the table already.
That's true, though. They can't win the division, but they can still win the Super Bowl. They just can't win the division. All right. Anything else to say about the draft?
Nope.
All right. NHL playoffs, I guess. I don't really want to talk about it.
I don't really want to talk about it either.
Talk to me about October, bro.
Yes, you can have a minute if you want to talk.
Yeah.
Devils beat the Rangers!
Yeah, we watched it.
Anyone that ever doubted them.
Well, they're going to lose 5 to the Cans, but...
What?
They're going to lose in 5 to the Cans. There's no doubt.
Dude, the Cans are so good. The Cans actually play with like passion. And
that's exactly what I was gonna say. Is the difference between the
Rangers were like the slowest,
and we do not
unmotivated looking team I've ever watched play hockey.
It looked like an all-star team.
They don't move.
Dude,
when they have a power play, like they pass well, they shoot well. But dude, like the
No,
Devils are
but
so much better.
last year, after 2 games with the Canes, I thought we were getting swept. Like they just played so much better, and then all of a sudden, like we actually stepped up
Because we
it's
played with
like
passion.
it's possible.
There was
you
no
just have to flip
passion
that switch.
on this
I know there's no passion.
There's no doubt in my head that the Rangers are a better team.
Everyone knows that. Everyone in
I
the world
don't.
knows that.
I think
Are
everyone.
they?
Tess,
Are
it doesn't
they?
matter. Tess, it doesn't matter because the
Dude,
Devils
okay.
won.
After
But-
game 2, we were talking. We were like, "Oh my god, this is the best team ever." 2 minutes into game 3, you could see they're going to lose that game.
Yeah, they
Like,
didn't
you
give.
could just
because
see that.
Don't have any defense, bro.
They don't have any defense.
Dude,
Dude,
we
I saw
didn't have
something.
defense last year either. We got worse defense last year than we did this year, and we played with enough passion to overcome that.
Dude, I saw something.
I think Igor just decided he
Don't
was-
do you actually
No.
keep
This is
saying
what I was
that
going through the first round. Igor's goal saved above expected was like 8 point something. The
was
next
4
highest,
higher
the
than
whole
that.
league was 4.
Yeah.
No, I'm not saying he played.
He was
bad.
double as good as every other goalie in the playoffs.
No, Igor is fantastic. He's
No,
so
we
good.
left him out to dry.
Over and over.
We're giving him
over.
And he started getting frustrated at his own team,
I know. Yeah, the
Which was-
clip
I
of
would
him
too.
yelling at the bench was awesome.
which was crazy. I was really
We're
surprised to
treating
see
him like
that.
Hank. Like he sees his career going down the same exact path.
Yeah, I know. Right after we lost, I was like, wow, the Rangers have had a top 3 goalie for my entire life, and we haven't won shit.
No, the Rangers, they really seriously need to figure out a way to get Taco and Lafreniere just more involved in their team.
I think
No,
Loft played a little better. Loft
Like you
was
see it in the
second line.
playoffs. In the playoffs, they are 2 of the best players.
Oh yeah, no, I agree.
Yeah, they're pretty good, but I don't know why they should be able to rely on those guys more.
Honestly,
I think
I think it's pretty clear who to blame for the loss. I think it's the top guys like Panarin.
Yeah.
and Zibanejad.
Panarin,
Panarin did play well.
Kreider was great.
But Kreider showed up.
Kreider was always good in the playoffs.
Panarin,
Panarin
Zibanejad,
said it
Kane.
himself. He needed to play better. He said it was a mental thing. He started off
Who?
slow and could not get started. Mika needed to play better. Kane probably needed to play better. Tarasenko.
Oh, and in Game 7, Adam Fox was horrendous. He was so bad in Game 7.
But Adam Fox, it's hard to blame Adam Fox.
I know because
he does everything.
he's arguably a top 5 player in the whole league, so it's hard to blame him. But he was terrible in Game 7.
Yeah, he had the
Top five
costly
superstar.
turnover.
For the whole series.
If
After
they
game
don't
2
score that goal shorthanded at the beginning of the game, like it's a whole different game.
After game 2, we just didn't show up. That's all that happened.
Yeah. But props to the Devils, honestly. Like they deserve.
Yeah, the Devils were faster. They wanted it more. And Akira
were-
Schmidt fell down from the heavens after Game 2.
Dude, they were
and
down and
decided to
out.
be God.
They were down and out, down 2-0, had to go to Madison Square Garden. They won 2 games in Madison Square Garden, which is we know how difficult that is to do.
No,
And then they win a Game 7. First ever Game 7 for many of the guys on that team, and they won. And I'm very happy. Seems to be a new era in Devils hockey. Just they got to get past the Cranes, and I don't know if they.
It just isn't gonna happen. I'm sorry. Like it was a great series, but there's no way they.
The Canes are just so good.
I don't think anyone in the East. I think the Canes have a cakewalk to the Stanley Cup. Like I think realistically, like who's gonna beat them at
The
this point?
Panthers are pretty good.
The Panthers look good now, but like they were the 8th seed. Like, are they better? Can they compete with the Canes? I don't think so. Can anyone in
I
the
can
West
see the Leafs
beat
coming
Canes?
back. I can see the Leafs winning the series down 2-0.
Yeah, that's what I mean. The Leafs finally won a series, beat the Lightning. Vasilevsky was horrendous, which was.
I think it's either the Canes or the Oilers. It's gonna win it all.
You know who I kind of like to go on a run. I'm starting to believe in the Kraken a little bit.
Release the Kraken.
I mean, or the Stars, because the Stars have arguably the best goalie left. So I could see them being competitive too. But I'm not even sure that goaltending fucking matters this year. Like honestly, like
I think that's just
best goalies
because
are
everyone
out.
everyone else wants to win. It's just the Rangers that didn't want.
The best goalies are out.
I can't watch hockey anymore. I need some time off.
Yeah, I mean, from now until the end of August, I have nothing to root for because the Yankees blow. Rangers are
Dude,
done.
we're not talking about baseball until
No, we'll talk about
a
baseball.
very long time.
No, we're not talking about baseball this week. We need a rest from baseball.
All of us, including.
Max Scherzer is a fraud.
Okay, skip that.
Actually, I want to talk about the Yankees when we come back. Yeah.
Okay. Well, I have more things to say about hockey, but then we can talk about the Yankees real quick. All right. So we talked about the Rangers and Devils, obviously. Panthers are up 2-0 as of the time of this recording. Are we calling? Tess said he thinks the Leafs can come back. Is everyone else ready to call that, or
Nah, at least they're good, bro.
Nah, I'm ready to call it.
you ready to call
Was it
it?
really? They probably just deserved to win the other game the other night, but
Yeah, they were probably the better team for the majority of game two.
It's the Leafs, man.
Yeah. I don't know. You feel like they got to be over that. They won though. They won a series. Like I don't think that it's the Leafs is a
if they get
valid
swept,
argument anymore.
Hmm.
Bobrovsky had the best two. I saw a stat. Bobrovsky had the best 2 game stretch of his entire season. The first 2 games of this series. The Leafs are a good team. We just haven't given them a thought about possibly being able to do something because we haven't seen it yet. But now we've seen it. They've won a series. So I don't know how they lost 2 games at home though. That's
Rangers did it.
a little ridiculous.
Devils did it, and then they won the series. Yeah.
I know. But I saw the Conn Smythe odds. Austin Matthews was way too low on that list for who he is. So,
Could you imagine scoring 4 goals in a game and losing?
and losing, yeah. Oh my, that is Oilers at their peak. So I'm gonna go Panthers in 7. I think it goes to 7, but yeah.
Just thank God the Bruins are out.
Yeah, no one wants to hear about them.
Agreed.
Team.
And then I'm gonna go Kraken in 6 against the Stars. I think they're going to the Cup. I'm throwing it out there. I think they're
What if
going
we
to
get a crack in Vegas conference final?
that would
How
be
are these
fire.
expansion teams so good so
Because
early
they
on?
changed the rules and they gave them just whatever they want. Like,
Their roster isn't that good.
they pretty much just gave them whatever they want.
They actually have the Kraken are good, bro.
I mean, they just beat the
Really-
Avalanche, so they have to be decent. Like,
They have the guy who's probably going to win Rookie of the Year, Matty Beniers.
which is a fire. That's an all-time name, by the
Yeah.
way.
What?
Matty Beniers is just that just sounds so clean. Yeah, I think I don't know the Kraken. They're gonna do it. I don't know why. There's no reason or logic behind it, but they're gonna do it.
Yeah,
Hi, Alexa.
Post pulled up.
I say hi.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey guys, sorry, I need Matt for a favor. I'm trying to move out.
Yeah, give me like a minute.
No.
Keep talking hockey.
We didn't ask.
Okay, go. Thank God that motherfucker's gone.
Okay, yeah. So I think Devils winning the Stanley Cup.
Okay, yeah, I think you're wrong. Completely wrong because they're gonna lose in 5 to the Canes. Because the Canes are
they'll take a
the
game?
Rangers if they gave a fuck.
You think they'll take a game?
I think they'll take a game. I think they win the first game at the Prudential Center.
Valid.
Yeah.
Valid. I agree.
Hey, the
I
Canes
hope they win. What?
are the Canes the higher seed?
Yeah.
Yeah.
They won the Metro by like one more point. It was
Yeah.
so
The
annoying.
Devils made it close at the end.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean if you just like the Devils were able to beat the Rangers because they were just faster than them and younger and they cared more.
Yeah, and then now the Canes are equally as fast.
The Canes are equally as
arguably
fast, with more experience, more physical.
better goalie.
The
all-
Canes had more shorthanded goals than we had power play goals in the series.
Yeah.
Their special teams, and they had like 10 power.
Yeah, and the Devils, the last couple of games, the Devils killed the Rangers in special teams, but the Canes are probably the best overall special teams unit with the Bruins in the entire league.
Isn't that crazy? If we declined the penalties, we would have been better off.
Yeah, and then what's the last series? We got the Oilers and the Knights. I think the Oilers win.
Probably the Oilers.
Oh, he's back. What'd you need to do?
I don't like lift her fridge.
Oh, big strong guy, huh?
Did
Whatever.
Vegas up 1-0?
Yeah. Yeah, remember? Draisaitl scored 4 goals and they lost.
Yeah, I don't know if they played another one. But yeah, I say the Oilers win it in 6.
I go 7. I'll go Oilers in 7.
I hope so. I want to see McDavid.
Yeah.
We
McDavid
need
versus
McDavid to be
Bears.
on the biggest stage.
What?
I think the league needs McDavid to be in the cup.
I think
Just
realistically,
so more people can see McDavid.
the Oilers are the only team in the West that can compete with the Canes or the Leafs.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah. Because they have the star power to do it.
Mm-hmm.
They need star power in hockey.
But you do though. Like you could say you don't, but like you do.
Yeah, but when you have the best,
the Rangers,
But the
best
Devils
star
beat the
power
Rangers
of the
without
best.
Jack Hughes. No.
Okay, but the Rangers have much more star power than the Devils do.
Yeah, but the Rangers don't give a fuck.
Bro, Patrick
That's-
Kane isn't a star, bro. He's fucking 36.
I'm not talking about Patrick Kane. I'm talking about Igor. I'm talking about Panarin.
All right, but Igor was the only reason that we had a chance.
Dude, honestly,
Like,
Panarin's not that good,
Yeah.
man.
no, Panarin's
He's just
old and
not.
terrible.
He's good at like getting assists and
He
like
led the
The
league.
best players,
led
the
the
best
league.
players on the team are Igor, Fox,
He
Zibanejad.
led the league in high danger assist chances, and then he had 0. Or no, he had 1.
that's a fake
Bro,
stat.
what are the high danger assist chances?
Dude, that's a fake stat.
What?
I'm just gonna say, like, I don't think Panarin's all that. Like, I really
He used
don't.
to be. He used to be, but
He
I think
used to
he's,
be,
He
like,
did pretty
old
fucking
now.
good last year in the playoffs. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
ever
He's
since,
just not all
ever since
that,
he hit
I
that
don't-
girl in Russia.
Shut up.
I don't know. I don't see it.
So yeah, I think Oilers versus Canes in the cup is a lock at this point.
When Frank says it's a lock, it's a lock.
It's my take on things after the first round. Is it worth it to watch anymore? No, because I know it's gonna happen. I've seen it.
Dude, I just want a fun Stanley Cup. That's all I want.
I did see that viewership for these playoffs is up 10% from last year, which is cool. Like that's good for the sport. Because
Yeah.
hockey is awesome, and I'm waiting for people to realize that. Like,
Mhm. Yeah. Do we want to talk a little bit about baseball or what?
do you want to talk? I don't really. But if you want to talk,
I just want to say the Yankees don't deserve to have the fans that they have. They don't.
I mean, yeah,
At this point,
I don't
it's
want
honestly it's unbelievable.
the next
Honestly,
10,
want
the
to
next 10
overreact.
days are the most important 10 days that we're gonna have in a long time because we play the Rays 7 times, and then we have 3 games against the A's, who we should beat the piss out of all 3 times.
Here's the thing. I don't want to overreact because it's April or it's May.
Yeah, I know. We started in 2009. We started the exact same way.
It's also we have played teams with a combined record of 540. Like today, and the Rays are like 420. Their opponents, so like it's gonna get easier, and so many people are hurt. They're gonna come back. I want to see what this team actually is before I overreact.
I still don't think.
But at the
I don't
same
think
time-
they're
at the
good. I
same
don't
time-
think
This,
they're good.
this is like classic Yankees.
but
that they
but
don't
at
do-
the same
It
time, if you-
exactly. We have this conversation every single season.
every year
they're
and
hurt.
every
When
year
they
we
come
make
back,
the
they're going to be the
playoffs.
full team, and then they lose
If you
in the
would make the
second
play,
round.
but like making the playoffs isn't enough.
I
When
know,
you're
but
the
not. They have to win the World
right now,
Series.
there's nothing we can do that's going to help us in the playoffs.
Dude, I hope they make it there. We're in last place, and it's not going to get easier, bro. Like, it's
First of all,
not.
First of all,
The
we're
other
in
teams
last
are gonna
place, but
win.
we're still 2 games over 500. Let's not act like we're.
Oh my
one
God! 2
game
games
behind
over
them.
500.
Baseball 500. It's like nothing.
Dude,
They should be 10. They should be 10 games above 500.
May 5th. We
It's
have the
unbelievable.
same
I'm
conversation
so sick of it.
every single year.
I mean, they've been the same team every single year.
That's the
Where they-
problem. It's
Where
not
they
that
win,
that
where they
is the
win
problem.
enough games to get to the playoffs, and then they're not an actual good team, and they lose when it matters.
I want them to like dump everybody, like literally everybody in the team at this point. I want them to keep Volpe, obviously Judge, Garrett Cole, maybe Stan, maybe Rizzo.
No,
Just get
Stan
rid of-
got to go.
They just
Stan,
gotta get rid of like
Stan
all
is
these
everything
guys.
wrong with the Yankees.
that-
Is that when you don't hit a home run, you're getting out.
No, we need some stands. We don't need a lineup.
We
of
have Aaron
stands. We need
fucking
stands.
Judge.
Aaron Judge is so much better than Stan.
That's what. Yeah, exactly.
So much. Well, we can't have a lineup of 9 Aaron Judges. I'm sorry.
I know, but
Dude,
you
Stan
can't
is
have a
way too
lineup of
streaky.
people that are home run or get out.
Dude, Stan,
you can't
when
this team
Stan's
is home run or
on,
get
like, he's
out.
great.
Do you see the roster? None of these guys hit home runs. They don't hit, period.
When you can't manufacture runs in multiple ways, you're not a good
But that's not because of the home run this year. That's because nobody's playing. We have
Because
4
the
guys in our
team
lineup that
sucks.
can play. Every night we go out with 4.
I don't even want to talk about.
and then
I didn't want to talk about
five
baseball to begin
deserve be
with.
in the minor leagues.
It was this has been the worst week for New York sports.
Because we're starting like Willie Calhoun. And like
Willie Calhoun he is not the reason we're losing games.
I know, but like you know what I'm saying.
Dude, I got a notification the other day. Bauer hit a home run with Bowers.
Jake
And I was like, Bowers? Who is Bowers? He's on the Yankees?
This is the problem with the team. Not the roster construction. It's we had no depth. And everyone is hurt.
Whose fault is
roster
that?
construction.
Brian Cashman. Get rid of Brian Cashman.
Is he supposed to predict that everyone in his lineup is going to get hurt?
It happens
Yes.
every year.
If I'm the Yankees GM,
every
I'm
year, the
assuming
entire lineup
that
gets hurt.
majority
Yes,
of
he's
my
supposed
players
to
are getting
predict
hurt.
that. Giancarlo Stanton gets injured every 3 fucking at bats. Yes, he is supposed to predict that the entire
I swear
lineup
to
is
God.
going to get hurt.
If I'm the Yankees GM, I'm assuming that 5 of my starting players on my lineup are getting hurt, and I'm going to have to replace them. It happens every year.
Exactly what he said.
So you want us to get an all-star bench along
Yes.
with the all-star lineup?
Yes, I want them to have depth. Please. At least Garrett Cole's playing good. We love to see that, right?
Nestor too.
Nestor too. We love to see that.
Willie
But of
Calhoun
course, three guys in our starting rotation are not healthy.
Oh, and by the way,
won't be healthy for the rest of the
Aaron
regular
Hicks
season.
OPS plus is 4.
He's terrible. It's unbelievable that he's still a Yankee. It's unbelievable.
That's crazy.
That's I think that's more impressive than Aaron Judge's 218 last year. I think 4 is harder.
It's so bad.
I might actually be able to get a better one than that if I was in the MLB.
I think if you just got up to the plate and never swung the bat ever, your
that's what
OPS plus would be higher than that. Like that is
Aaron Hicks is not a Yankee. Like I don't. He's not a Yankee.
Dude, how is he still on the squad?
You
This is what I'm saying.
On your team,
This is why we stink.
I just have Daniel Vogelback on your team, bro.
Yeah.
I
Guys,
would rather have Daniel Vogelback than Aaron Hicks.
nah. He can't play defense at all, so he's only a DH.
Dude, have you-
And he can't hit lefty.
Garrett Cole almost ran out to center field and smacked Aaron Hicks last time he started because he was so bad in the field.
Yeah.
It's unbelievable. I hate it.
All
I can't even watch baseball
Let's,
anymore.
I'm done with baseball. I don't want to talk about it anymore. Hot take time. Let's. Tash just got me in a bad mood now.
Can I get
Yeah.
my? You're gonna hate
Sure,
it.
Sal.
The NFL draft is a stupid thing to watch, and I kind of hate it. Like, I just hate the production of it. It takes 50 minutes between picks. Let me tell you.
It's too long.
Let me tell you how I spent my draft night. I went about my business as normal, and I checked my phone every 5-10 minutes.
What's your normal business?
Saw one more pick was in. I waited. I saw the Giants pick was up. I saw the Giants pick was up. I turned on the stream. As soon as I turned it on, watched the guy walk up stage, announce the Giants pick, turned it off. And that's the only thing I watched. And I enjoyed that so much better than sitting there for 5 hours watching guys get picked that I don't even know.
The second day of the draft is by far the best because it's still people that you know, and so you care a little bit, but it moves. So like you get like.
No, I will say this year in particular, I usually get super into the draft. Regardless of where the Jets are picking, I usually get really invested, and I find out a lot about these guys. This year it was different for some reason.
No, I think that was the case for everybody because the talent in this draft class, and compared to years past, is not as good.
It was not good at all.
I think that's like common opinion. Is that
and another thing is the media tells you way too much. I feel like the people should not have known that Bryce Young was going to be number one. Like I knew Bryce Young was going to be number one. If you look at Instagram or any social media,
that too.
Like every pick gets spoiled. It's really not a surprise anymore. The years where like you don't really like. For example, I remember the year where there was the 4 really good offensive tackles like Becton, Andrew Thomas. Like nobody knew where they were going to go. And then it was interesting to see where they go. Quarterback, same thing. This year, like it was just way too much guarantee and not enough good players. And I think the draft's up this year for sure.
I also hate like the ESPN people don't know what these players are going to be like. Like, why do I need to watch that
but,
for
like,
hours?
Everyone knows that Mel Kiper is a joke.
I see.
Like,
I
everyone
see
knows
someone,
that Booger McFarland is a joke.
if all I really care about is who the Giants pick. But if I see someone interesting, I'll go search up their like an article about them or like some stats about them. And then when the Giants pick, I'll go to the guys that I like follow and see what they say. I don't care about ESPN. Like
The best way to watch
the
the draft is on mute. So you get the highlights. So you know like about the player that they're drafting, but you don't have to listen to these morons pretend to know what they're talking about.
I just think the best way to watch the draft is on your phone with just checking the board. That's all.
I think
if they had the draft behind closed doors and then came out with a 32 team board like for the first round, like that would be fine.
No.
I mean, no, it's a fun event. It's a fun event.
It is a fun event. It is more fun
pick.
when the players are better and there's less predictability,
Right.
especially when it comes to the quarterbacks.
Exactly.
Like when you don't know who the first overall pick is going to be, which I feel like that used to be the case. Now, not so much. But like that, like when Marcus Mariota and Jameis Winston were getting drafted, and you didn't know who was going to go first, that was awesome.
Like, are you watching pick like 26?
Well, after the commies pick, usually I care a little less. But yeah, I was still watching.
No, but there are some drafts where there's like really good talent going in
there are,
20s.
but
like this year, like
the
really
problem with this
the
problem with this draft is the quarterbacks I don't think are as good as people are saying they are. And there's no you need good quarterbacks and you need good wide receivers. And this draft had neither.
We had good wide receivers.
No, you didn't have good wide receivers this year.
I thought
compare this year's wide receivers to 2019 through 2022.
And next year.
And next year. Like they don't compare at all.
I don't know. I wasn't really shitting on this draft in particular. I was shitting on the draft experience as a whole. I don't really.
Okay, well, that's wrong. The draft is awesome.
Yeah, no, the draft
this
is
year in particular sucks.
I'm not a big fan.
I love seeing like the reactions the players have when they get drafted. Like
but like I like see like I don't need to see it live.
I don't. You don't like it as much because you don't watch college football. So
you're right.
Know these guys.
You're right.
But like for someone that watched this guy play 12 games last year, like it's fun for me to see. Oh, they're going here. Oh, this is like I get to rewatch their highlights. I get to.
That guy from TCU, like so does mom.
Quentin Johnston.
Yeah,
who I don't think he's all that good, by the way. But
I mean, it's still nice to see.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna stick to what I did this year. This is the first time I ever didn't turn on the draft, and I think I'm gonna stick to it.
Well, the Rangers were also playing during the draft.
Sure.
I think if there was
I turned that game off. I turned that game off after the second period. So.
No, the 10 minutes in the first round is OD.
Yeah, especially with the first pick. Like you knew who you were taking 3 months ago.
So does the second pick.
Had months,
yeah.
Because the second pick has two guys.
Yes, Sal, I agree with you that it takes too long, but to say that it's not enjoyable, I'm gonna have to disagree there.
I've seen all that. I've seen all the big things that happened on TikTok and on Instagram, and I think I basically watched everything I needed to watch.
Okay. All right, who's next?
My hot take is that sports were created by the government to keep us in a downward spiral of mental health.
I agree.
Yeah, this is a conversation we have internally at least 4 times a week.
Sports are a way to distract you from the terrible, awful things that happen in the real world. And at the end of the day, you just find out that there's only so little good and so much bad. And it sucks.
Dude, back in the day, they used to have people distracted by gladiators and shit. This is the same thing. It's just entertainment.
No, if you think about it, sports aren't real. It's a game made up by people. It's not on the periodic table. It's not
and we're talking about it right now.
You can dig through the earth and find this. You could be on the earth on the first day it was even a thing, and you could get this. You can.
You get sports.
But yeah. Move on.
All right, back to talking about sports. Tess, you want to go next or you want me to go?
Yeah, mine was just that the Maple Leafs are going to win the series.
Interesting. Interesting to hear from a Devils fan that the Maple Leafs are going to win the Stanley Cup. I would say that they're
It's a
probably
cup.
the
Except
second
the
best team
series.
left.
The series.
Oh, the series?
Yeah. That they're currently down 2-0.
It's all
Oh,
right.
okay.
I'll give him that.
Yeah, that's not like I can see it as a possible. I think they're not gonna get swept. I think that's I feel pretty confidently in that.
Dana White.
Wait, what'd you say?
Nobody wants to say anything.
What'd you show? I
Not a
didn't see
PNC guy.
in a Devils jersey.
Oh my god, who gives a fuck? All right. My turn.
Eh,
All right. Mine was that Anthony Richardson is going to win Rookie of the Year, but I already used that. So I'm going to go and say that the Baltimore Ravens are going to finish dead last in the AFC North this year. I think obviously the Bengals are the favorite. The Browns, when Deshaun Watson came back last year, were low key a very solid football team. And I think the
Who
Steelers
beat
are
them?
always good enough to compete.
I don't like that
The
team.
Ravens have gotten so much hype this offseason. They still don't have any good receivers.
Dude, there's so many holes in their team.
Didn't they draft?
They drafted Zay Flowers, who you can make an argument was the worst out of the four. I think he probably is the third out of the four. I think the fact that Jordan Addison was there and they didn't take him is ridiculous to me. Zay Flowers couldn't even name the four teams in the AFC North. That tells you all you need to know about him.
There are some football players that don't watch the NFL.
Yeah, and you know what? They're probably not all that good because if they don't care, they're not going to be that good. Their defense gets worse and worse year by year. Their offensive line gets worse and worse year by year. And Lamar Jackson, since the MVP season, has gotten worse and worse year by year. So to expect them to continue to make the playoffs is kind of a ridiculous expectation.
Steelers and
the
Browns
division keeps getting better, and they keep not.
The Steelers and Browns both have to have everything in their season go right to finish ahead of the Ravens.
I'm not sure that they do. I think
I
they both
Steelers
almost did last
everything
year,
go
and they
wrong
definitely
last year.
didn't have everything go right last year.
The Ravens had nothing, but the Ravens had everything go wrong.
No, but if I was the Ravens, I would have I would have let Lamar walk, Tyler Huntley start, and use that money somewhere else because they got a lot of holes.
No, I wouldn't have done that. But I would have not taken Zay Flowers. I think that was a bad pick. And I think they're just not a sound team to begin with. Their offense has never, ever, ever been good. And it didn't, as much as the media wants to lick the nuts of Odell, he's not good.
He's also a cancer.
And yeah.
I actually can't say that because he did win a Super Bowl. So.
Yeah, I don't know about all that, but he's not the player that he was in New York. Their defense isn't the defense that it was 3 years ago. Their offensive line isn't the offensive line that it was 3 years ago.
Who are we talking about?
The Ravens.
Oh.
Bro, looks so shocked.
And the Browns, I think, won almost every game they played with Watson last year. The Steelers went on a crazy run to end the season, and the Bengals are one of the best teams in the league.
AFC North is just the best division overall.
Possible.
I hope Kenny Pickett has a breakout year. I like Kenny Pickett.
I'm surprised you said that, knowing how much of a Deshaun hater you are.
I do hate Deshaun Watson.
I guess you're into Ravens.
He's actually really good.
He's a good football player. As much as I don't like him as a person, he's a good football player.
I don't know. I don't hate the pick, but I don't like it.
All right.
Second to do it?
Speak now or forever hold your peace. Until next week.
Until next week. In person, maybe?
Probably not.
In New Jersey, in the same state.
In the same state.
All right.
All right. Good episode. See you.